Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing.
Yes? Oh, no. Hey, okay. Yay.
Whoa, what happened? I just heard something.
It worked.
I got you.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Out of nowhere, you just popped into the. That's incredible. How did you do? Okay, so what happened now? How did you do that?
You sent me the Hangouts invite on the Hangouts app that I have on my phone,
Okay.
and it worked.
And so you clicked the link.
Yeah. And I had to agree to be on air, and I did that.
Okay. You are so loud right now, and that's totally my fault. So I'm gonna fix this.
Sorry. Well, I'm
No,
on my
you're
phone right
talking
now.
about.
I'm on my phone
Okay.
right now. So if I can get this on my computer,
I can
it'll be
see
a lot
you
better.
on. So I have another screen set up here. Hold on a second. So that I can see how this works. And you're on it.
Yeah. I see you too.
Okay. So this is great. So you're actually on YouTube and on my Google Hangout screen.
Okay.
So it's working.
Seems to be.
I'm so freaking excited about this.
All
That
right.
was
Let
ridiculous.
me
It took like
try something. I had to download because I'm not a fan of Chrome or
right.
really Google
Okay, that was my
in
next question.
general. Yeah, Firefox for life. And so I had to do that on my desktop rig because I was using my laptop before, which actually, tell you what, I'll be back.
Okay. You
Same link, same thing. It's saved where our conversations are there because I've done this with D&D before. One of our players is a truck driver and was in like Missouri one night playing, and yeah, we're just like, hey, I rolled a 20. Boom. So
oh, this is cool. Okay. This is good. It works.
yes, we figured it out.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna hang out here and
Yeah, don't,
then
and I'll
come
come
back.
back.
Okay.
All right.
Hi.
Oh,
Oh no, I can't hear you.
you can't hear me?
Your microphone might be muted.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, my fault.
Okay, yeah, you're coming in very loud. I mean, like, perfect, but it's my.
How about now?
You're great. Can you
All
hear
right.
me?
Yes.
This is perfect.
I moved my audio interface back to the thing.
Okay, so now you're on your laptop.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Yeah, this is great. So that basically took an hour and a half of my life to figure that out.
Yeah, good thing this is the
bonkers.
trial run, right?
No, yeah. I mean, I'm glad that we figured this out. It's like if we can get like
yeah, from now on I think
people.
we're connected. From now on we're connected, and this all we have to do is here's the link, boom, now.
Okay. So how do you it is a Google thing, right?
It is. Yeah, it's
So
a Google thing. It's all fucked.
That does kind of suck.
Yeah, I know. We've had problems in game and stuff, and yeah.
What do you think? Is there another option you think that would be better than this?
Skype, if you can get it to do the same thing you're doing with Hangouts.
Is there a way? Do you know if there's a way to do that?
I don't know. I've never tried.
See, like the thing. Okay, so here's the reason why I chose this. Is because, like, I was looking around online trying to figure out how could you record, how could you do, say, like a Google Hangout discussion with multiple people,
right?
That records it.
Yeah.
And this was sort of the thing that I kept coming back to.
Okay.
Was this Google Hangout on YouTube? Now, there's like some obvious downsides.
Yeah, very.
So I don't know what we.
This is not the first time I've encountered this as well. So.
Okay. What like yeah? What I was gonna ask, what's your experience with something like this?
So yeah,
I'm writing this down, by the way.
Oh, all right. We've had game sessions where not all of us were in the same room, so we had to remote someone in, and then when another player is like, "All right, I figured it out." He had a microphone situation that he actually left, went to Walmart, bought a headset, came back, plugged it in, installed it, and everything, and we had trouble getting it configured because it didn't automatically like sync up with this, right? Because there's some setting or something like that. But yeah, we've had call issues before, like that we've had, and yeah, but mostly it's been good. As long I found, because I'm in Google Hangouts group, that's how we communicate our availability for game nights.
Okay.
And as long as you're in that group, you can call the entire group, and whoever answers, here we are.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's a lot like Skype. So, except Skype is just like add this person, add this person, add this person. With a Google Hangouts group, it calls the entire group, and anyone who picks up is automatically in the call.
Okay, so it's kind of like a Facebook chat.
Yeah.
In a weird sort of way, but a little.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So do you oh, there's something that just hit my hip. Yeah. Is that on another channel when you do that? Like, does it record it automatically?
I've never recorded any of our stuff. We're just trying to play the same game at the same time.
Right. So you're just like, it's like because there was a game version of, it was like YouTube Gaming, I think is what it was called.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, where it is like that, what you're talking about, where you communicate, you're in a group, and you have like live interaction between people. Whereas
Right.
this is like going through that channel that I set up.
Okay.
And so like when this is done, this will be archived.
Yeah.
If we want to, we can delete it, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, because like the 4 times that I did this, like in the last hour, where it was just me like staring off into space, like what the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
And I deleted, I think, like 3 of those. So it was like you
Okay.
look on there and you see like it lists your live streams,
Yes.
and then you can go on there and you can adjust them and stuff. So like what I was thinking of doing is like if we want to do like a podcast where we do like we have everyone like who wants to talk about Inter Milan or whatever, we can do that. And I got to figure out then how to take that off the YouTube channel and then turn it into, say, like a recording, so that if
there are many programs that you can use to download YouTube videos and audio. I rip a lot of stuff off of YouTube audio, samples and whatnot. You can do the same thing with video, and then like if we wanted to put all the finished product on the Grande Inter thing,
yes,
you would
exactly.
record this somewhere else on a different channel, download it, edit it, and then send the final product to the Grande Inter and upload it there.
Okay, that's exactly what I was thinking. So like what we do is if we figure out a way, so say like after the game or whatever, we do like get as many people on here as possible, record it, and then they can do with it whatever they want. Like so like if you're gonna, for instance, say like you're gonna produce, if you produce the show, you can just take it and go, I'm gonna make, okay, that's great. Okay, I think that pretty much sums up everything I wanted to know. What a crazy, but that's cool because like now I figured out how to use this.
Yeah, I've only used it a couple times, and we had our problems, but eventually we got it to work, and we've run 3-hour sessions with 4 of us in a room and 1 person sitting in a truck in Missouri on his phone,
which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
See, I've done Skype conference calls and stuff like that before.
Yeah.
But basically, it's like, you're working with somebody. So like I'll be on my computer doing whatever, and then I've got like this little window up here with somebody telling me how they want me to, manipulate something on
right.
In some program or whatever, and then you can do like a screen share thing. But like I don't think that you need to do that with this, because like it looks like it's like changing as we speak, which is pretty cool actually.
Skype does that as well. So I mean, the benefits of one over the other, I don't think there's really that much of a difference.
Okay.
If this works easier for you just to record it somewhere, anywhere, just to get the raw thing, then why not? As long as we're in the same Hangout group, then that's fine. And I'm already in several Hangout groups, so
cool. And you can keep them straight, like you're not going to be
you can boot people if you want, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, like you won't like jump on here and be like, who the hell are these people? You know what I mean? Like if you have like 2 or 3 people like contacting at the same time, like you can.
Well, yeah, you control who you invite to it.
Okay, right. That's my question. I mean, the thing is like I wouldn't want it to be like where you're on something, then all of a sudden someone else like swoops in and there's no meshing of.
Oh
groups.
no, yeah, that will happen.
Okay.
If multiple people are talking at the same time, it's through the microphone. So
Wow, that might be kind of crazy and fun.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
it's the group chat and audio.
okay. Okay. One more question too.
Yeah.
Is this working?
Yes.
So you can hear that.
Yeah.
Like there's just not mumble or anything like that. Okay. I wanted to make sure
No.
what. Okay. This is the microphone that's.
Yeah. Mine's right here.
Wow. Because I can't hear myself. I can hear you really, really clearly.
Yeah, it's not really that much of a deal.
Okay. So that's good. I got that set up and working then too, which is
yeah.
awesome.
The biggest thing to worry about would be if someone has their volume louder than another. I haven't figured out, or I haven't had the need to figure out my own volume level, but I'm sure it's possible. I'll somehow I'll figure it out. But
Well, there's so for instance on here, and I don't know if you have this or not, you might. Is there like a control room thing link
yes.
on your? Okay. And you see like how it has, there's like a volume
right.
switch. Like a kind of, it's not really a toggle switch, I guess. It's like a slider. So if I move mine, does it move on yours as well?
No.
Okay. That's so basically that's not like a master control thing. That's just for me hearing my. Well, that's me hearing you.
Yeah.
And then if I click on, so there's like a mute, and then there's like a say black, which basically cuts the camera.
Right.
And
Not coming up. I think since you're the host, you get the control room duties. So you could.
oh,
Because I'm clicking it, and it's like it's loading, like it wants to open. And I'm like, so yeah, you have.
I have power.
Yeah, it's like you ever seen the ESPN show Pardon the Interruption? You can mute people like that. Yeah.
Just click that button right there. Okay, well that's pretty cool. There's another thing that says screen share.
Yeah, I've not used it, but
okay, so that basically looks exactly like Skype. So if you you can share your screens. That's simple. And there's a chat. Okay, and there you are. Nate joined group chat. Nate left group chat. Nate joined group chat.
yeah, it's
okay.
I'm sorry, it's
that's cool.
But we're here now, so yeah.
Yeah.
The chat, I imagine, is the same thing as Skype. Like, hey, what we were just talking about, I'm sending you a link now in the chat. Boom.
Okay. So the one thing that we were doing earlier was, I was getting, so like I have like a Google here. I can share my screen with you. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I think I can do this, so that maybe it'll make sense. Screen share. Your entire screen. Okay, let's do that. All right, so share screen. Whoa.
Whoa. Wind tunnel.
That was awesome. All right, so can you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I
can. So this is the Google Hangouts that where obviously like I got your call. See, it says missed call from Nate.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I tried to answer it, and it didn't come through this window, which is now okay. I'm shutting that off. That's a little trippy. Okay, so when I clicked that, it did not show up when you called on this thing that I'm looking at you on right now.
Okay.
So when I tried to answer it, it didn't work, and I think it cut off right away.
Yeah, I called.
Or I cut it off. I might have done it.
And you were in for just a second, and it said you left the call, and I'm like,
Yeah,
so close.
which is
Yeah.
yes, it was so close. And then I
I
sent
think
you
that's
that.
because I was using Firefox though, because I it seems to only want to work on Chrome, even though I've used it on Firefox all the other times.
Okay, that's weird. We got to figure that one out. I'm gonna write that down too.
Yeah, Chrome seems to. Chrome obviously is the browser of choice, but I've used it. I've used it all the other times I've used it has been on Firefox. For some reason, I don't know. It's Google, whatever.
Okay, that's awesome. I can't think of anything else. Can you think of anything else that's like, what should we do now? What's the point of all this?
Well, we got to work. That's one thing.
Yeah, this is a huge step, actually. I'm super excited about this.
Number 2, we're going to be using this to talk about the match, so let's fucking talk about the match.
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about today?
Sure.
Today was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was like the 45 minutes of what I thought was possible, and then all of a sudden it just vanished.
It's the first half I'm thinking, man, wait till Roger gets healthy. This is going to be sick. And then, halftime starts. Oh no! Why? What are you doing? Like, and then Soletti just subs too late. I think DeVry should not DeVry. Keita Balde should start. I was happy for DeVry, but like, how do you not bring Lautaro on? How do you not start him? I wanted, and I know you and I are both huge Jan Karamo fans, and I thought that would have been the sub instead of Asamoah, but like, why?
I don't get why. Okay, I understand the starting lineup. I get it. I actually really like that he started the three backs. I thought that was pretty clever, and because what I did know was like how fast Versalco is. However, we're going to pronounce that.
It changes every day.
Yeah, it seems like it does. He is a lot faster than I thought he was, and he's also smaller than I thought he was too.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of like a slightly bigger Yuto Nagatomo. But I think he's a little better than Yuto, which is good.
You know who really impressed me today was Politano.
Yes. He was awesome.
Him, my vote would have been for Perisic, man of the match.
Okay.
But I can see that. Politano was 1A and 1B.
Yeah, he just about. There were a couple of shots where I really like. Well, at the end of the match, I thought Perisic was going to put us ahead.
Yeah.
But that save was incredible, but the thing about Perisic that I really liked and Politano was that they were switching. Like they were kind of flipping. I was trying to figure out like if there was like a key or something that they were looking at to make this decision. But sometimes you would see like Perisic he'd be on the left and then he'd be on the right. Then and I think that part of that is having Asamoah and Versalco being so capable of getting ahead on the wings, and I really like that. I thought that was awesome because it was letting Politano and Perisic kind of play almost like it was almost like 3 forwards.
Yeah.
Instead of having those guys on the wings. which I really liked. And then we talked about the big switch. Like, I don't understand why they got defensive when they were up 2-0. And I feel like if they had gone for a third goal, we would have won, like you said, like 4 or 5-0. And but it was almost like they let them back in the game at halftime, and I don't.
Yeah, and I saw something about how when Sari left, he was shitting on Serie A. I was like, hey, IFTV tweeted something about it. It was like, hey, and where I came from, Italy, the game is over if you're up 22-0 in the 20th minute. And then, and then he did, and then it was like, oh, well, here's the Napoli Milan score. And then I'm like, well, look at the fucking underscore. And then I watched the last 20 minutes of Marseille and Rennes today, and was like, oh, come on, this can't. Fuck you, sorry. Like,
no, you're fine. But I don't know much about the French league, so like
I like it a lot.
Yeah,
I'm a big
fan. You watch a lot more than I do.
I watch mainly Italy, France, and Germany.
Yeah, see.
And then I'll skip over to Serbia because I have Serbian friends who are also Red Star fans, so I'm with them as well. The German leagues. I have a few friends in Berlin, so Hertha is kind of like in solidarity. But it came to me because it was they're on Fox, so I just turned on my TV to Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, regular Fox, and just it's the availability of it, and that got me into it. And then I've known Suzanne. She runs the Rootwork Collective Twitter handle. She's in Berlin. She's a big HSC fan, and I've met others through her and other musician friends and paying attention to that. But like the French league, it's just fun. It's so much fun. I love it. There's a lot of finesse. There's quite a bit of physicality. The lower tier, like, forget PSG and fucking Monaco and all that bullshit. Like, Marseille is fun. Rennes is fun. Bordeaux is a lot of fun now. Thierry Henry is the manager now at Bordeaux.
Oh, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of really good stuff. Saint Etienne. There's a lot of good clubs that I like to follow. I would say that I paid more attention to Marseille just because I love their stadium. Velodrome is so beautiful. I'm a sucker for architecture and stuff like that. And since they renovated and put the roof over the Velodrome, I'm like, yes, there you go, boom.
So like that's interesting. So when did you watch Dalbert at all when he played at Nice?
A little bit, yeah. I was familiar with him, yeah, because at my last job, as of last October, the one I got fired from after 12 years, I ran a betting pool. Although we didn't put any money on it, it was free. I had a system where there was 4 of us, and if you finished first that week, you got to pick first the next week. Second, pick second, third. There's goal differentials and wins count. Draws, you get fucked. And we only pick of the top 4 of the 5 leagues because I thought Spain would be cheating because the person who picks first picks Barcelona and Real Madrid, and you win the week. So fuck that. So I did that, and yeah, and that's one of the reasons I started paying more attention to it, because I was betting on it, even though there was no monetary value attached to it. I wanted, because like you keep track of wins. I had this really weird system made up that worked with people who couldn't even spell soccer. Like they're just like, oh, there was one guy, what was his name? Martin, maybe. That every
Martin
time he
Maybe.
won, I don't.
That's
I
a
think
great
his name
name,
was
Martin Maybe.
Martin.
Martin Maybe sounds like a card. That sounds like a comic strip character.
Marvin. It starts with an M. Anyway, he was in it for a while until he left to get another job, and this is
Wait,
a
so
fun
your job
story.
was not. Your job was not. Your job was not the betting pool. Your job, the
Oh
betting pool
no!
was inside your job. Okay, I just wanted to
Oh
make
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I wanted to get that
yeah.
clear before you go forward, because like if you were, that makes you a bookie, Nate.
I'm not a bookie. I'm
And
not a
you're not a
bookie,
bookie.
and
All
I
right,
no
I'll
longer
let you go.
gamble on sports.
All right.
Until it's legalized, which it will
Yeah.
be soonish. Anyway,
Hopefully soon. I made 100 and what was it 2 years ago when I bet that I had a bet that was through Las Vegas that I would do this every couple of years, where I went to I had a friend of mine who went to Las Vegas. It was like the third person in a year, like in 3 years, who I'd know had happened to be going to Las Vegas at like right before the MLS season started, and I put money on like I picked like the finalists for MLS Cup like 3 years in a row,
okay.
so that I was guaranteed to win no matter what. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I think 2 years ago I picked Toronto and Seattle, and I picked, so basically if either one of those two teams won, then I would win.
Yeah.
But like the odds for Seattle were better if Toronto won. Or wait, no, the odds for Seattle were better than the odds for Toronto. So basically, even though I picked the two teams that won, that made it to the final, I picked the wrong team that had the worst odds.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does actually.
So basically, I could have made more money than I actually did, but I didn't make a whole lot because I only bet like $20.
Yeah. See, I've
And
I've actually paid my rent betting on Champions League 1 year.
that takes skill. Actually, that's like
Yeah, a lot of skill, a lot of luck, a lot of sweat watching the scores come in.
yeah, I'd be freaked out. I gotta pay my rent.
Well, no, that was extra. Like I had rent paid. I had a steady job.
Oh,
I was making quite a bit per hour and working 9-10 hours a night. Like I had actually had it going on, and then we won't get into the rest. But no, yeah, I actually did win a it was like a 7-game parlay that I had picked the winners for, and Manchester City scored in stoppage time in the Champions League that I won. And this is like 7 games over a week time that I just like. It was I put like $5 on it, like, and it went through, and I paid
that's
my
pretty
rent.
great.
I paid my rent because Manchester City scored in the action time. Yeah,
That's pretty
but like,
great.
yeah.
We'll see. And then today, you blew it by changing your shirt at halftime. So I was gonna say,
I did.
like, we're talking about like bad
This isn't
substitutions.
even the one too. Look, see the one. This is the one I changed into.
Well, that's last year's.
I know. I was wearing.
So you.
I was. Hold on. This is the one I started as.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
what did you change? There's no reason.
I
It's
put
like
this
a
one.
rule.
I know.
Yeah. It's a rule. You don't do that. You don't do that. You once you get head 2 goals.
I would, yeah.
Like you don't move, you don't do anything.
The most dangerous league in football. Yeah, I was like, hey, fuck it, why not? Like, they did that good on the old shirt. I'll put the new shirt on, and then.
Yeah, new half, new shirt.
Oh no! All right, so I changed back, and then I changed back before the second goal happened. So.
Still, it's too late. You blew the.
Yeah,
you blew it.
I spent those karma points already.
No, we can't fall into that trap because, like, you basically like once you go down that road, then like you end up like me, and you're like, like I'm not washing my left hand for the next, like week. You can't do that. It just never worked. You end up in a bad space.
All right, I'll never do it again.
You can't change your shirt.
I
wore my Nyangalan shirt for the first time. And you see how well that did. We got a draw. But he didn't play, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't chuck it up.
One of these days, like I've been taking pictures of all the shirts that I have and putting them on that website, and like I'm starting to get closer and closer to the period where, like, I started really buying bad shirts. So like for the one that like I had a. So, like one of my favorite ones that Inter's done in like a while was the yellow one, the third kit.
Yeah,
I thought that was really sick.
I have one.
Yeah, yes, that's a sick one. And I bought, and I got Kondogdia on the back of it. So I have to wear Kondogdia every time I wear that shirt, which is And then the next year, I bought the Joe Mario shirt. The third kit's Joe Mario shirt.
Yep.
So that was not a good movie either.
I'm in the spot right now where if I get a name, I'm just gonna he's gone. Like I would rather get this year's shirt with Zanetti on the back than anybody else.
It's actually a good idea.
Yeah. Or just none at all. Or none at all. That's where I'm at.
See, that's not too bad. That's not a bad idea.
This is a Gagliardini.
I have the same one.
Yeah.
Gagliardini last year. It's I don't want him to go because I keep hoping that he's gonna redeem himself and our shirts will be redeemed. And then and I keep
the thing about that is mine.
Okay. Oh, what the? How did that happen?
It had a bad experience in the dryer.
Oh, yeah. You don't dry them either. That's another rule.
Yeah,
Nate,
I know.
Nate,
I know. It's not happened since. This is the only time that did occur.
My Nagatomo jersey from 2011, I think, is like that. It's completely fucked. It's like chewed up. It looks like it's been through a...
Well, the thing is, look, the driver part in the back of it. Fine.
Oh, that's weird.
There's parts of the name. There's like an I. Or a tiny elbow of the N left.
Is the imprint still on that? Can you still see like the glue?
Yeah, you can.
Maybe there's got to be some way to fix that. See, I have a pair of shorts that I'm wearing right now that have, you can see the 4 on it because they're old Zanetti shorts.
Okay.
So you can still see the glue of the 4.
Right.
You don't have the number.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's like that on this one. Well, see, if I would do that, like I would, if I could, like I'd rather choose a different name and number on the back of this one, but it would still have. It would just be like someone scribbled out the name and like added duct tape. Like.
Yeah, you get Ronaldo. No, you can get real Ronaldo.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, my boss Scott at the bar, I had this really evil idea, and I kind of hope he does it. But he wants to troll me. He wants to get a CR7 poster thing to hang up in the kitchen. And for every
No.
and for every goal, he makes a little tally. So, and then if he scores against us, that tally would be in blue. So why I was hoping Icardi would score so much today was I was gonna one up him and
Right.
get an Icardi one and mark those down. But they're both goalless. So
Yeah. I really thought Icardi was gonna. I thought he was gonna get one today. I really did. That play at the end of the game. See, I've been waiting for Martinez and Icardi to kind of link up.
yeah.
And then that moment.
And there was a lot
at
of
the end
that.
the
There was a
game.
lot of that last week.
Yeah.
This week, it's just like, oh no, I don't remember. Like, what are you doing? Come on. They should definitely play together.
I kind of feel like I don't know what they're gonna do. Like he's got because Politano was really good. I think he was really good today. And Perisic was really good. I mean, like you said, they're like 1 and 2. So like there's got to be some way to get Martinez in the game, and then have those three guys play at the same time. But then you have the circumstance of like, does that mean that you have Brozovic and playing basically like midfield by himself? I think like he does really well when he has defensive midfield by himself. I mean, I think he does really well when he has like where he's like paired with somebody. I feel like he
definitely needs a buddy.
Yeah, like Vecino, I think was kind of quiet today, but
an accountability buddy.
But like Brozovic really kind of came into his own like last year when Gagliardini played with him.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's going to happen again. But is it going to be Vecino? I think he really wants it to be Vecino. Spalletti does.
I think he does, and to a detriment, because I don't think he's the guy that's there.
Yeah.
And you can play quite a few people in that role.
Like the thing about this season and so far, like, yes, obviously it's like you have a loss and a draw, and so that's a little bit that's disappointing, right? That you have only 1 point out of 2. Yeah, you have 1 point out of 6, but yeah, it's like we have a really deep team. Like like it's kind of incredibly deep, and I really have a good feeling still about the way that this is going to go. Like I didn't watch Juventus yesterday. By the way, do you have ESPN Plus?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I have.
I'm thinking about getting it. I'm thinking about it. I just canceled. I canceled Amazon, and I had HBO through that. So that was like, and Amazon's raising the price at the end of the year.
Right.
So that was like $88 a year plus $15 a month for HBO, which I don't watch because Game of Thrones is not happening yet again. So I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm gone. I'm done. And I've thought about ESPN Plus, which what's like $5 or something.
Yeah, it's $5 a month.
Yeah. Yeah, so I could supplement that way. I didn't know because I just streamed it like I always do on this GoATD site, and but it would freeze up at times, and I knew as soon as it did that, I'm like, oh, I'm seconds behind accumulating each time it does that, so. But it never got to the point where it was like, oh, there's a goal, and then I figured out, and then someone else said something about it before I saw it. But it was frustrating.
What you're saying is that you changed your shirt at halftime, actually when the second half was being played. You ruined the game. Like
No,
the second
at half. At half. At half.
Okay.
Half time, I'm like, you know what? Because the other one it's a different fabric. It was. I admit it, I didn't have my AC on. It was kind of hot, and that one's kind of itchy.
Okay.
So I was like, I need more streamline. This is more recent. We're doing fine anyway. We look good.
You totally ruined the game.
I know.
But no, that's fine. We'll let you go on that one. Yeah. But the point I was going to ask was like, I pay for ESPN Plus, right? It's $5 a month, but you do not get ESPN2 or ESPN.
I have that on TV.
Yeah, see, I don't have cable.
I don't either.
But you're wait, okay. We're not gonna say it. This is
I'm assuming the previous resident who lived here did not turn off their
Yeah. It may or may not be that way. Right now the cable company is like swooping in right now to get you. You realize that?
Oh, they're not the only ones.
Okay. But anyway, like I say this like it's some bad thing. But like I tried to watch Juventus yesterday and I couldn't because it was on ESPN2.
Oh, there's blackouts. Yeah, because if it's on broadcast, then fucking buy broadcast subscription. Yeah, that happens. I remember that from 7 years ago when I first watched Serie A on ESPN3 because
which was awesome.
It was free on Xbox. And that's how I got into it, and because it was 2009, I went to my first crew game with my best friend Nick, and we went to like 2 or 3 more. I lived on Hudson at the time, so we just walk, and like, hey, there's this thing down here. Let's check it out. Let's go, and it was fun, and so 2010, we bought season tickets. And we both know what happened with Inter in 2010.
Yeah.
And
that was
for
the first time. I think it was 2010.
Yes. Yes, it was. Yeah. So I get on Xbox like, oh, ESPN 3 is free with an Xbox Live subscription. Let me watch more. Let me learn myself more on this game that I'm suddenly way more interested in than I used to be. And Serie A was there.
And then they won.
And then
everything.
Yeah. And the thing, the even stranger thing about that is it was against Bayern. And the reason I picked Inter was because I've been to Milan. Milan was the first European city I got to explore because I had a layover in Paris for 2 hours, but we never left the airport, so I don't count that. I've been to France, but I've not been to France. So we landed in Milan, and then 10 days later we left from Munich, and so that Champions League final, I'm like, okay, the winner of this match, here we go. And just so happened, I'm wearing blue right now.
Nice. That was that season was amazing. I remember thinking, going into that season, that they had a real chance to do something incredible. And I didn't think Champions League was possible. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that. I didn't think that it was likely. And then I remember we got into the group stage with Barcelona was in the group stage. I can't remember who else was in it, but then thinking like, okay, they got second in the group stage, and I remember thinking, okay, well that's not bad, but then like the draw was like Chelsea.
Yeah.
They were in that side of the draw, and I think that was who they drew. Was it Chelsea or was it? Let's see, they got the Russian team. CSKA, and then
Probably.
it was Chelsea. Yeah, it was CSKA, I think, and then it was Chelsea. I remember that Chelsea tie was just like, holy crap! Eto scored, and I was just like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. And I walked down to there used to be like a liquor store on High Street right down there near Duncan,
Yep.
and yeah, I don't
Yep.
think it's there anymore. But
Nope.
like,
It's not.
I walked.
The liquor store on High Street is now. Remember North Campus Video?
Yes, so it's
Uh,
there now.
North Campus Videos was really big.
Yeah, it's
Only
huge.
it's like you walk out of the Doob and you go across the street and there's a liquor store, but like that's the final third. It's only a third of what North Campus Video used to be.
Yeah,
Now it's
there's like a vape store.
I think it's two other stores now.
Yeah, it's like a
They
vape
divided
store or
them up.
something.
Something,
But like
whatever.
but I walked down there during the Chelsea game, and I went to go get like a halftime or something. I went down to get like a Gatorade or something, and there were these like group of guys who pretty much only spoke Spanish, from what I gathered.
Mhm.
And they, I was wearing, I think I was wearing a Zanetti shirt, and they started yelling at me.
Yeah.
Because they were Barcelona. They're like, it doesn't
Right,
matter. It's like,
right,
Barcelona's going to win it all and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then after we played Barcelona in that first match, I went down there looking for those guys, and they were not there. I was like, I was going to just throw it in their face. But that was so much fun. But then for the final, I went to the only time I'd ever been to the old. It was where the Crew fans used to hang out at the bar. It was an Irish pub. No, it was down in the brewery district. It was called Fido, I think.
Fido, yeah.
Was it Fido? Yeah, it was Fido. So I went there. It was the only time I've ever been there. Well, I walked in and there was it was full. But I was one of like 3 people who had a Inter shirt on. And no, 2. I think there was one other guy, and he clearly didn't want to even talk to me at all. And but the rest of the place was just like Bayern Munich fans, and they were not happy that I was there. I could tell. They were just like, yeah, what the hell is this? And then we won, and I knew we were gonna win. I was like, from the jump, I was like, we're gonna win. And I was like, I was like really emotional. I was like crying. And so dude, you're not gonna believe it. This is what happened. So I'm sitting there, I'm watching like as the game ends, and I'm just like, this is the most amazing thing ever. And they turned the channel. They turned.
What?
They had the big screen there, and they turned the channel.
Oh no!
And I walked up to the bartender. I was like, "What the hell? What is this? What are you doing?" I was like in the well of the bar. I'm like, what are you doing? And the guy literally said, he's like, "No one wants to see this." And
I do.
I'm like, point my like me, like I'm a real person. And so but I
put it back on.
Yeah, but I ran out of there real fast. I don't even know if I paid my tab or not. But like I ran out of there real fast, jumped in my car, and like just like drove down High Street like 100 miles an hour. I'm surprised I didn't like get pulled over. And I managed to like get into the house and turn on the TV just as they were raising the trophy.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was just like, that was super cool. But that was my 2010 story.
Yeah,
it was a bit all downhill from
there. It was. It seems like I joined at the wrong time.
No, you can't look at it like that. I mean, like, who
Well, no, what I mean by that is had Bayern won that game, I'd A, be insufferable. B,
be wearing red.
yeah.
You don't want
C,
that.
just like so used to winning because like they go on 8, 9, 10, 11 game winning streaks,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets boring after a while. Like
So
because
who's your dream
at
team?
first you go, all right, sure, like yeah, this is fun. We're just gonna plow through the league and win it, with 7 weeks to go. And I've found Inter to be somehow more enjoyable since
It's
then because
fun.
I'm in the end. Like Vecino's goal, that was amazing. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my most cherished moments recently. Like
Yeah.
my stepbrother called me today and was like, "Hey, my wife and I we're having a child, and he's younger than
Oh
I am."
wow.
And I'm like, "Oh, great, dude! I'm so happy for you. I know this is what you've wanted, and congratulations and all that stuff." But like, none of that. I mean, shit, because Vecino put us in the Champions League, and I was able to watch that live. Like,
Yeah.
and stoppage time. That's I think that's part of why I love the sport so much. Like, it, and we can get into like the structure of it all, and the open and closed system and stuff like that. But like, yeah, like I've been talking about this for a long time, and I have family that they know that I'm into this. Like, if hey, so what does the U.S. have to do to make the World Cup? And I'm like, well, they're not gonna. I'm sorry to break it to you. Like this is a level, but like now I can be like, hey, that thing that I've been obsessed with for a long time? Turn on ESPN. You can see it. This is
Yeah.
not the
It's
Premier League. This is not NBC. This is something completely different, and and maybe it'll flip someone else. But the wrong thing with that is, there's only one match a week that ESPN's going to show, and we all know who they are.
yeah.
So even if it's against Kievo or some shit, like, are you going to show Lanterna? Are you going to show some other cool shit? Are you going to show, like, what is their level of investment in this to raise the awareness of Serie A? Is it, did we buy the rights to Serie A because Cristiano is there, or is this something that we're interested in showing? Like,
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't it's clear that they want to get their money out of
and they
him
will. Oh, they
him
totally
as soon
will.
as yeah. Because, like yesterday, it's like they showed that on ESPN2. I mean, when was the last time you saw a Serie A match on like one of the big ESPN channels? It never happens. Or it hasn't happened in a
2010,
while at least. Yeah,
2010, and it was on Xbox Live. So
but like,
never.
yeah, but like now but it's cool. I think it's a start, and I don't know. Like, one of the things I really like about ESPN Plus is they have grabbed a hold of a lot of the announcers who have been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, like I was watching. Boy, I can't remember who's doing the commentary today. It's what's his face, Stewart. Oh crap! But like Richard Little was one of the guys who did Spall today,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's a
Yeah, I watched some. I
that's a
watched some of that.
yeah that's a voice that I've you know, there's certain voices that I think of when I think of Italian soccer, and he's one of them. Oh, Paul Visca is another one. You know, I don't really like listening to them because they're huge Roma flacks. But I mean, I do like listening to them because of that. But like, you know, I think that's kind of where we're going to end up going if it stays at ESPN for 3 or 4 years, which it sounds like it's going to. That would be great to have it get back to that. I remember like years ago when you'd have to struggle to watch soccer matches. It was on what, Fox Soccer
Plus,
whatever it was.
if you're lucky.
Whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, when you found something, it was so much worth it, even though it was hard to do. And
Right.
I feel like that's kind of one of the cool things about being an Inter fan is that it is hard. It's not easy, but like it's also like really cool when they do something like Vecino scoring a goal.
Yep. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like
No, because
unbelievable.
I've been streaming, I mean, forever, right? And usually you get it's the luck of the draw. I get BT Sport, Sky Sports, or BN Sports recently, and I never know what I'm clicking on, which is why I'd rather try to find something on the ESPN Plus. But it, like the commentary on all three of those channels are completely different. Like I'd hear different names every week, and I just like, well, here's the Inter Torino match. Boom, I don't care. It's in English. Whatever. We'll see. Oh, it's Sky Sports this week. All right, that's shitty, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm interested to see what ESPN does with it and how they kind of put everything together coverage-wise.
You know, one of the funny things too that has happened, I think, with television, like, is that they have so BN Sports is no longer around, at least from what I can tell. I mean, it might still but no, I haven't watched.
They still show. I think they still show La Liga, and like, they have a lot of racing, like motorcycle and stuff like that.
So that's really funny though, because like BN was like, it seemed like they were trying to angle to get to almost be like an ESPN kind of channel. But what I have found is like if you have Fubo TV, you can actually see all of those games that were on that I would have seen on BN anyway when I was paying for it to have to watch.
I did that. I did that 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
I actually paid for Fubo TV for a year, and after a while, it was because we weren't always on.
Yeah. There's a lot of.
So I was like,
Argentina.
well, shit, I can go over here for free, and boom, and I canceled. But like Fubo TV, if they would just show everything, it makes sense. I didn't find it to be up to my standards as I want to watch this team every single week.
Right.
Boom. Here's where I'm going.
They show, like, BN would show Real Madrid and Barcelona so much. Mm-hmm. And it was annoying. I mean, it was just to the point where it's like, oh.
Yeah, and they had Ligue 1 too. So
yeah.
And that's where I would watch Monaco, Marseille, and stuff like that. And that's right around the time when I started really getting into it because I was doing the thing at work.
They had your betting pool. you weren't.
There was no money involved. There was never money involved.
Yeah. The what was the one other thing I was going to say too about Fubo? Oh, that's where I saw Lautaro Martinez for the first time, what,
Oh.
2 years ago.
Okay.
So like because I would watch racing games because I like Rossing.
Sure.
Yeah, I like watching Rossing because like basically because of Diego Melito. I have a Diego Melito jersey, Rossing jersey.
I want one.
Dude, should I go get it? Here, hold on a second. This will blow your mind.
Get it.
I'll be right back.
No, those are my new shoes. Don't fuck with those.
Okay, check this out.
Nice.
That is like maybe the coolest jersey that I have. I mean, it's got like, and I got it for like $20.
What?
Yeah, or like I don't know what the heck's going on in Argentina, but like they sent it to me. You have to have like a card if you. Okay, here's a pro tip: if you order something from someone in Argentina, they have an ID card, and they ask you to provide that to them when you order it. So one of the tricks, it's not a trick, it's like kind of cool actually, is if you know somebody from Argentina, they can connect you with somebody who can like buy it and then ship it to you.
Okay.
And that's basically what happened with that. So,
So it's like
$30.
local buyers only.
I don't know what it is. It's like they want you to
Maybe
be
like
I don't know what it's called. It's like called an Argentina. I'll have to look it up. But but you have to put in your number or something. But you can get some cool stuff.
okay.
Um,
See, I first started, and I wouldn't say I'm an avid watcher at all, but when Guillermo went to Lannis,
Yeah.
whatever, I was
Lannis.
like, oh,
Lannis.
okay, interesting. Oh, he accomplished things there. And I became interested in it, but for some reason, the Central and Southern American leagues, I just like it's
They're hard.
right over my league. It's way different. And there's a taco shop that I go to now, the best one on the side of the city, and they have Copa America on. They've got Liga MX. They got all kinds of shit, and I would just sit there and like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
and maybe it's in HD. Maybe I'm eating steak tacos and drinking beer. I don't know, but like, it's the association of that is oh, I can go here and I know they're gonna have something on because
Right.
it's in my time zone, late.
Is that
So
what's the place over there in Upper Arlington? Cuchos Taqueria?
Cucos,
Cucos?
yeah,
Is that the place?
yeah.
They
I have a
like
funny
big.
story about them.
Okay. Because yeah, go ahead.
I randomly tweeted out one night, I want nachos. That's it. That's all I said.
Yeah.
And Cucos replied,
Here's nachos.
yeah, as oh, we have them. Have you been here before? And so I went we went like 10 times back and forth until it was like, when are you gonna come see us again? I'm like, we just met, Kukos. I don't want to take things too seriously. It just like, all right,
Strange.
fine, come sit. Yeah, but it was one of those weird algorithm things that I live in Columbus and was talking and mentioned nachos, and all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, come see us." I'm like, "Yeah, no,
It's
I'm
good.
not doing that. I like the other place."
They're pretty good. They are, well, at least one time I went there back when I was drinking. They had they brought out tequila shots in Chivas Guadalajara glasses, which I thought was a nice touch. Like you had
All
like a
right.
little palette full of like Chivas Guadalajara glasses, and they were
Yeah.
like mezcal or whatever the hell they said was serving. I was like, I was obliterated. But like they have, yeah, I don't know if they're all Chivas Guadalajara fans or not, but like Liga MX to me recently has become more interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like I've always kind of liked Cruz Azul, and but not I've never followed them, but I've always like really liked them, and but I've paid more and more attention to more of the teams down there, and like some of the histories of those clubs are incredible. They blow your mind. Like the history of Pumas is like it's cheese. Like, and it's like we don't even really think about it. It really made open my mind to like the way that we really look at Mexico as and Mexicans, like citizens of Mexico, as
Yeah.
like, in a really it is a really bigoted way. It's and it's a shame because there's so much culture and just it's unbelievable, like the depth and breadth of the of that society down there, and it's bizarre that we don't see them as like an like literally an equal part on the continent.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
because they have so much, there's so much more there than I think what we even think about, and like um you know, it's got to be a language thing. I think about that a lot, and like I've been trying to read more and more Spanish lately. So I've been trying to read Soccer and Sun and Shadow in Spanish. It's really hard,
Yeah.
but it sounds awesome. Like if I say it in my head when when I'm reading it, and like if I pronounce it, it sounds so poetic. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. But like that's pretty cool. The more that I paid, the more that I watch Mexican soccer, the more I like it. And then actually one of the things too that I've been paying more attention to is Central America. Like some of those teams like Saprissa, when the crew played Saprissa a few years ago, I was like, wow, that was really, really cool. And I feel like we kind of like missed a really cool chance to like pay close attention to those teams when they were coming here. And now they don't because the crew aren't very good or
No,
whatever. I don't even really know anymore. But like they,
I don't either.
but yeah, but like that was really cool. I mean, I think about that a lot. It's like, I got to see Cruz Azul play. I got to see Saprissa play. I got to see Toluca play. And
Yeah.
like, those are like in Mexico and Central America, those are like massive, massive institutions.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. But I keep thinking like one of these years, Inter's going to go on a nationwide tour again, and I'm going to have to take the summer off and follow them around. But
Well, I already have World Cup plans.
Or 2022?
Yeah. Or 26? 26?
26, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
2026.
No, my very good friend who is an Arsenal fan that I work with at the bar and have known him for a long time. Yeah, we want to hit a match. Whether we just go outside and stay with the fan party thing, or can get inside. We're gonna do one match in Canada, USA, and Mexico, and we're definitely hitting Mexico City. We're hitting Toronto, and he has family in Orlando, so we're definitely going there. I have family in Cincinnati. Awesome. Should Paul Brown Stadium get the bid, then that's totally on the list. But yeah, we're I'm thinking we're like St. Louis, Kansas City. Like, what are we doing? Like the ball's rolling already.
Are they playing in Chicago?
No, which is fucking awful because I love Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago would be a really cool place to be.
Chicago is so much fun.
It doesn't make sense to me, like why Chicago's not more.
I think they declined it. Chicago turned it down because I think U.S. Soccer wanted to have it Soldier Field, and then
which makes sense.
Yeah, of course it does. Because you want as many people as possible, and that's the biggest thing you got, Chicago. But some reason Chicago actually said no, thanks, we're good.
Huh? That's
all right. Like, I have a lot of friends in Chicago. That would be such an easy trip for me.
Do you know what was really cool? And I was shocked how cool this was. It was seeing Inter at in Indianapolis. Like, I think it was 2013.
I almost went with you.
Yeah, I remember that was actually a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. Just because the stadium is actually awesome. Like, I didn't expect it to be that cool.
I haven't been to it, but I've driven past it.
You totally missed out because like we ended up my brother and I ended up going and seeing him out with Inter in the hotel.
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah, I remember I gave you crap about that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
one day
you didn't miss much. Relax.
No, I watched that game.
Yeah, I know. That was a fun game. That was actually a fun game. But anyway, we should probably cut this one off. We figured this out. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And
so anyone we want to invite into, get them into the WhatsApp group first, and then that's where you call them from.
Okay. All right, that works. This is a good thing. I'm super excited that we did this because now what we should do is do we want to do this once a week? Should we try and do it once a week? Should we try and convince everyone and be like, hey, look?
I mean, we can open it up to anyone that wants to do it on a week-to-week basis. I think Danny and Kama were thinking 3 or 4 times a season. I'm open to more. I don't care. The thing is, I only have an hour for my schedule, depending on what game, and as long as it's on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Saturday is my only day off, but I have hand egg tailgate things to attend to starting next Saturday, and I'm actually gonna miss the game next week because they're both noon kickoffs.
Oh, wow! It's that early, isn't it? I keep forgetting about that. Like everything kind of changes in Ohio once that happens.
Yeah,
Well, hey, I mean, like
I
we
know.
don't have we don't have to have like a scheduled thing. I mean,
No,
it's
no, no, no,
like
no.
it's like
It's kind of
it's
like
here.
a whenever we want. We know how to do this
Yeah.
now. We figured it
Yeah.
out. If so, yes. Then if not, then we'll move on.
I was thinking about having I don't know. I'll keep trying to figure this out. Like maybe we can. Who knows? Maybe we can do some other stuff too.
Yeah,
But at least it's there and it works.
yeah.
And
If we need music or anything, I know many people from all over, or even if they decline, I'll fucking do it myself. I don't care.
yeah, I was gonna say
Um,
you're that's kind of your wheelhouse.
yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks. This is awesome. This is like yeah, that made me feel like I didn't waste 2.5 hours because I was
Yeah,
really
me
close
too.
to being like,
Like finally, like
yes.
what the hell's going on here? What is it? Google Chrome again? No! Ah!
All right, we're good. But
Yeah, we got to figure it out.
next and
So
seriously, next time don't change your shirt at halftime. Just Jesus
I will not.
Christ.
I told you, I will never do that again.
If
It's not
yeah,
happening.
if there's a lesson to be learned.
What if we're down 3-0?
Okay, in that case, maybe. Yeah. Yeah,
All right,
definitely.
okay.
Then. Yeah.
Dire Straits.
All right. I'll catch you on the WhatsApp.
Yeah. Cheers.
All right, later. Bye.
Word.